Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aida Najiha binti Abdul Rahman, matrix number 286092.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Goh Hui Wen, number matrix 285466.
We choose topic 3, which is consumer market and consumer buyer behavior. Three things that I have learned about the selected topic is: first, the 5 steps in the consumer buying process; 2, the 2 types of needs; and 3, the 2 key types of information search. The consumer decision process model represents the steps that consumers go through before, during, and after making purchases. Firstly, need recognition. This begins when consumers recognize they have an unsatisfied need and they would like to go from their actual needy state to a different or desired state. The second step after a consumer recognizes a need is to search for information about the various options that exist to satisfy that need. Process number 3 is alternative evaluation. Once the consumer has recognized a problem and explored their possible options, he or she must sift through the choices available and evaluate the alternative. Next process is purchase and consumption, which is customer are ready to buy. However, they don't always patronize the store or purchase the brand or item on which they had originally decided. Last but not least, the final step of the consumer decision process is post-purchase behavior. Marketers are particularly interested in post-purchase behavior because it entails actual rather than potential customers. There are 2 types of needs, which are function needs and psychological needs. Functional needs pertain to the performance of a product or service, while psychological needs pertain to the personal gratification consumers associate with a product and service. There are 2 key types of information search, which are internal and external. Internal search for information is when the buyer examines his or her own memory and knowledge about the product or service gathered through past experiences, while external search for information is the buyer seeks information outside his or her personal knowledge based to help make the buying decision. 2 questions that I still have about the selected topic. First, what is the difference between the business buying decision process and the consumer buying decision process? Is it can use the same steps? 2, how has the COVID-19 pandemic changed consumer behavior in terms of preference for private labels or premium brands? One thing that I have learned from the reflection of my partner is post-purchase outcome, which is marketers hope that after their purchase, consumers are satisfied and pleased with their purchase, which can lead to customer loyalty, a positive post-purchase outcome. However, consumers also may suffer post-purchase dissonance or buyer's remorse.
Today, I want to talk about 3 things that I have learned about the selected topic. The first one is the component of post-purchase outcome. The second one is the factor that affect the consumer decision process. The third one is 2 types of consumer buying decision. Post-purchase outcome is the final step of the consumer decision process. Marketers or consumers are satisfied and pleased after their purchase, then can become loyal, purchase again, and spread positive word of mouth. 3 components of post-purchase outcome are customer satisfaction, post-purchase cognitive dissonance, and customer loyalty. Marketers can build customer satisfaction, thus build realistic expectation to avoid dissatisfaction if the product fails to achieve unrealistically high performance expectation. Dissatisfaction may affect consumer behavior due to the potential of negative word. Post-purchase cognitive dissonance is an internal conflict that arises from an inconsistency between 2 beliefs or between belief and behavior. May have buyer remorse after purchasing a product. Generally occur when a consumer questions the appropriateness of the purchase after his or her decision has been made, especially likely for products that are expensive, are infrequently purchased, do not work as intended, or are associated with high level of risk. Marketers want customers to be satisfied with their purchase and buy from the same company again. Loyal customers will buy only certain brands and shop at certain stores, and they include no other firms in their avoid set. Second thing that I have learned is factors that affect the consumer decision process, such as psychological factor, social factor, marketing map, and situation factor. For the psychological factor, including motive, attitude, perception, learning, and memory, and the last one is lifestyle. For the social factor, including family, different group, and culture. For the marketing map, including product, price, and promotion, which is called for B. For the situation factor, including purchase situation, seasonally situation, and temporal step. Third thing that I learned is 2 types of consumer buying decisions are depending on their level of involvement. First one is extended problem solving, which is the buying process begin when consumer recognize that they have an unsatisfied need. When the customer perceives that the purchase decision entails a lot of financial and social risk. To reduce perceived risk, need to spend a lot of effort searching for information before actually make purchase. Second one is limited problem solving, which is occur during a purchase decision that call for at most a moderated amount of effort and time. A common type of limited problem solving is impulse buying, a buying decision made by customer on the spot when they see the merchandise. Furthermore, I still have 2 questions about the selected topic. The first one is the best way for first or consumer to avoid or solve the post-purchase cognitive dissonance. The second one is whether its compensatory decision rule influence consumer behavior. One thing that I learned from the reflection of my partner, which is Aida, is that consumer need can be classified as functional, psychological, or both. Functional need pertain to the performance of a product or service. Psychological need pertain to the personal gratification consumer associate with a product or service.